It's so sad that anytime someone asks me what I'm doing and I tell them that I'm doing nursing, the only kind of response that I usually get is a complaint of what a nurse did to them. Maybe it was negligence or just an act that they didn't like. Maybe it was to them or to their family members. And what most people usually just tell me is that, why is it that all nurses are just like that way? They're so mean. And most of the time they usually ask, is it that you guys are forced into nursing, or is it that you guys don't want to take care of patients? Why is it that it's different with other nurses, maybe from private hospitals or from other countries? And most of the time what I usually know is that maybe they go there without the passion. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lesodur, and on this channel we talk about nursing and lifestyle vlogs. So if that is something you're interested in, then you should consider subscribing. So today I wanted to talk about something that is really kind of disturbing, because most of the time I usually find so many guys trying to get into nursing school for like weird reasons. Like most of the time, especially in Kenya, you find that maybe someone wants to get into nursing school because they got a grade that can not allow them to go to the university. Now they feel like there's another course done in KMTC called nursing, and they can take my grade and you get into nursing. So you're getting into nursing for a really bad reason. Some people get into nursing because they hear that, oh, nurses are being paid a good amount of money, and oh, I can like sustain my family with that money. And you see, you're getting in there because of money, because of your grade, because of like weird reasons. Some people even get into nursing only thinking that, oh, I have a possibility of going to other countries like UK. Like they heard in the news that, I don't know, 30,000 nurses are being taken to UK, and so they're like, wow, if this course can take me to another country, then I'm going to do nursing. So you're getting into nursing for really weird reasons, and this really causes a problem whereby you get into nursing and you don't have the passion to do it. Because I always say this in my channel, that nursing is a calling, because I experienced it. Because nursing, there's so many things you're going to experience that if you never had the passion to do it, you're going to really find a hard time. And most of the time you find that nurses get into nursing for those reasons, and when they get there, then they realize it's not their thing. Now they start throwing all those anger to other people. They throw the anger to their workmates, to students, to patients, only because you have that anger that I never wanted to do this thing even in the first place. And I'm like, so who forced you into doing it? There's so many other jobs that you can do out here with, maybe if it is that grade, that if it is the grade that you wanted to put in, maybe the grade was the problem. There are so many other courses, the technical courses that you can do out here. If it was because of the money, there are so many other courses that you can do out here, and you can open your own business and you can earn much than you are earning as a nurse. When it comes to going abroad, there's so many other ways you can go abroad. You can even get married to someone so that you can go abroad. Like there's so many other ways apart from just forcing yourself into nursing so that you can be able to do your own main reasons. And I find it so sad that so many people use these reasons, and when they get there, like it's so disorganized. Let me give you scenarios. Like I've been only in public hospitals. We've been going for attachment only in public hospitals, and what I've experienced from nurses have just made me feel like, who? The nurses were in Kenya, like I don't know, 50% or 70% are just there for reasons that are not because of their passion. Like they never wanted to do nursing in the first place. You'll be with a nurse on a, like let's say, night shift or a day shift, and then maybe you have an emergency. There's a patient who came in like crying, and they're like not in a good state, and you'd go to them and tell them like, there's a patient here, and maybe she's saying she's almost giving birth. So what should we do? So the nurse will be there like, I've seen so many other mothers. This is not the first person I'm seeing. This is not the first person who is coming here with an emergency. And like they're really talking so meanly. And most of the time, you find that even it can lead to death. Like maybe the mother might be there in labor and it is an emergency and things happen. The baby might die. And I usually just see it go like that, and no one is talking about it. And I'm like, why are people so evil? Like I've also been in a certain situation. We were in the pediatric ward, and then there's a baby. The mother came with the baby, and she's like, my baby is not breathing. And the nurse was there, so she was taking tea, and she's like, I have to finish taking tea first before I look at that. So most of the time I feel like it's so mean. Like if you are not interested in it, because this is not just like any other job, you're dealing with people's lives. So if you're not interested in it, it's better if you just quit. It's better even if you just like, it's better if you do any other thing but not like joke with people's lives. I've seen so many people joking with people's lives, and it is so sad, like so sad. And that's why you find that most of the time people will even be scared of going to public hospitals, because they've encountered so many of such situations, and they always feel like, when I go there, maybe I might die. Like I've met so many people who thought that whenever they go to a public hospital and they get admitted, they're going to die because of the care they're going to get there. So this is not a profession to joke around with. It is not a profession that you just get in for fun and you think everything, like if you don't feel it, it's better if you just quit. Like people should just stop joking around with nursing and taking it like it is something that you can just try out. You know, I feel it so bad. Like some people usually DM me and they're like, oh, I saw you talking about nursing and I'm interested in nursing, I want to do nursing. I'm like, are you interested only because you heard me talking about it, or is it that it is something that you want to do? If you don't want to do it, like anything that is dealing with people's lives, people's brains, being a nurse, being a teacher, those are things that you cannot joke around with. If you are not interested, like just quit, and even don't join like the college in the first place. So today I wanted to talk about this because it is something that I'm seeing so many people are making a mistake of going there. There's this one time I created a video that I wanted to quit nursing, and I was talking about the things that I'm seeing in the hospital that are just making me feel like this is a place where people are just collecting cases, because I talked about how nurses are behaving and how it makes me feel so discouraged. And then there was this guy who DM'd me, and he was like, you're really discouraging us from getting into nursing school. You're really making nursing school seem difficult for us. And I was like, if what I'm saying is making nursing school seem difficult for you, then my dear, you are really getting to the wrong place, because nursing is totally not for you. Because I'm just saying a tip, like that is a tip. If you get there and see the whole entire thing in the hospital, what is really happening, then you're going to faint, you're going to die, because I'm just saying a tip. So if that tip is discouraging you, then that means this thing is not for you. Like, if anytime you feel like what someone is saying, because maybe you'll be watching videos about nursing, whenever you feel what someone is saying is discouraging you and it is getting in your nerves, then that means you're getting to the wrong place. And that means by the time you'll be working, you'll like get to the worst situations. I've had nurses who beat up patients because they are angry and because they can't tolerate all those nonsense. You keep on calling her every time and they'll beat you up. Yeah, you see such kind of things because you are not interested in the first place, so it gets into your nerves. So if you just know that you cannot do it, you cannot handle the pressure, you cannot handle the stress, you cannot handle the long hours, on those things are just getting into your nerves, then why bother? Why bother go, like, may usually say kill patients? And you know, this negligence that we usually have can really get you to the worst place. It can even get you to jail. Like, you know, most of the time nurses like assuming that these patients who come to public hospitals, like, ni wale wenye wajiwezi, you start assuming that they cannot take you anywhere. You can do whatever you want to them. They don't have a lawyer, they don't have a say, you can just do anything you want to them. But at times, not everyone who comes to that public hospital is the way you think. So don't just treat people the way you want only because you think that they cannot do anything to you. One day it will really cost you. And maybe not just being taken to jail or being taken to court, it can cost you even your life. Because at times, like these people, you know, someone can say something to you and it can really end up destroying you, because at times we have old people, and you know, these old people, when they talk something, like, it can destroy you in some way. They have a power in their mouth. So instead of going there to pick up curses that are going to destroy your life and make you, you know, just don't do it. You feel like you don't feel it, if you feel like you're not getting it, just don't do it. Just don't let yourself get the curses. Just don't let yourself get the pressure, and it is, you feel like discouraging, you feel discouraged, I mean, and you start getting into drugs and alcohol because you're so stressed and you cannot manage this. Just don't get into it. There's so many things you can do. If you don't feel nursing, just don't do it. And for those people who are always discouraged whenever I say that you should quit nursing if nursing is not for you, please continue being discouraged, because I don't want you to get there and do the same mistakes that most nurses are doing nowadays. If you feel discouraged, let it go. And I hope this video is of help to you, and thank you for watching this video. See you on my next video. Bye bye.